My name is Wale, and I plan to be on the Billboard charts more this year. So shout out to Billboard.
Yeah. In her feelings, she break hearts, she stay quiet, she play smart, she take pride. I'm going out, I'm getting hollered at, and saying nah. She's no saint, but she don't pose, she don't wear makeup.
Originally, the idea was to call it the Curse of the Gifted, but then, we started to think about nobody looks in deep past their title sometimes. So I might have gave out the wrong perception of where my mind was at. But I just wanted to kind of tell my story and talk about the things that happen in my life now and previously through the sounds of the things that inspired me, like whether it be Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, or whatever. Just combining like the people or the people that are gifted and things that inspire those gifted people, telling my story and embracing my gift.
Top on my last shit, it's all that I ask of. I pray you forgive me if I don't bask.
The Curse of the Gifted is basically, the album starts off with people vandalizing the statue of the Wale bust statue, because it's so bold to put it on the cover of your album, but a part of me thinks that why not, because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Joe Paterno, and, some people that are great and some people that aren't really that great that have gotten statues, so why not, and it's still, it goes with the art theme of all my albums. If like the first one, The 10th Deficit, was kind of like a futuristic kind of art feel. The second one was a portrait. This is a bust. So you following the lineage of Wale projects, that this is just another type of art form. My fourth one was probably going to be graffiti, but I wanted to put that, mixed with the tattoo art in the back and just kind of show, to tell you the story of what's to come.
Since I post silly propaganda to politicians.
But really, my heart and soul is a 90s soul. Total, Escape, Jodeci, and that's the sound that I'm really trying to embrace. So I got my man Stokely Williams from Mint Condition, my favorite band, and he came and directed a lot of the soul, how we used it, and we shot back and forth ideas to have a marriage of what he's great at and what I feel like I'm great at. So we found that, and that's what we call the New Black Soul. Like the whole album underlining sonic theme is the New Black Soul. But Sunshine is one of the records that, embodies that to a T. And it's just like pleasantries of it all. The things that I'm talking about, once again talking about my story. Like, I was in the business when you was chasing the bitches. Now I got the dollars, I'm trying to get my position. A couple bad decisions, I got some character issues, though I'm never slipping like student parent permission. So I'm talking about I ain't perfect. I know I ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? I deal with a whole lot of things daily. I got a lot of weighing me down, but this is the highlight of it.
Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Look, we ain't posting ever.
I got my rocks off on this album by doing those musical breaks, cause I ain't really been able to challenge myself. Just push every song. There was no song left unturned. When it was done recording, I was like, put an organ right there. I hear an organ. They be like, what do you mean? That doesn't fit. No, put an organ right there. All right, we need to do another hook to this song. But the song's done. No, put a hook at the end. I spent more time tweaking the sound of it than I did writing my raps. Because I wanted to really all the way go in on some sound. I'm like what would happen if you gave a kid a little tiny boy access to an orchestra. And he's like, that French horn looks cool, play it. I don't like it. Trumpet, trombone at the same time. Put that right there, you know what I'm saying? And I enjoy it. Going to Salvation was, it derived from an idea that somebody was like, yo, so why don't you got your Jesus chain on? And I was just like, you don't even know what religion I am. And you asking me why? It's almost like it's in your startup rapper kit. To be a rapper, you gotta have a couple felonies, a couple warrants, and a Jesus chain. I'm getting my each one teach one shit out. That's that, and to me, it's that black soul, because Marvin and them They were talking about what's going on. They were doing all of these things. We so caught up in this, and I'm part of it. We so caught up in this life, we forget almost. And it goes back to the cover. Vanity on the hands. This is the chapter, essentially, in the book when we're talking about my inner demons. And Goal to Salvation is the beginning of that.
I promise it comes with a gift.
Vanity is it's dope because it's like I can hear a stadium singing it. All alone is a million faces, one of faces, one of. The idea of it is, the hook goes, look at me, how much vanity you see. So I'm talking about the inner demons that we have on a broader scale. You know what I'm saying? They ain't on me, so I need more bottles. So these niggas gonna see that a nigga ball harder. I got it to a T because my T costs dollars. You know what I'm saying? But still my chain so big I can't pop my collar.
Would you believe that?
The society we live in right now is so horrible that if it sounds good, it's the truth. If it feels good, it's the truth. If it makes Sally Joe Jefferson from Vermont feel better about herself because Wale or somebody else is in some hot water with somebody else, it's the truth. So I start making up a whole lot of like super over the top like lies and rumors. And what if I told you this music was bogus? The government run it, they controlling the culture. Would you believe that? If you read that?
From a brick to a stone, does a fiend have a soul? Oh.
Like I said, man, like this is a narrative of like where I come from. I ain't in the streets, I ain't never been. Have I sold drugs before? Yeah, but that was experimental. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit around and brag about it. I was doing it for Jordan money and like to be having like money around girls. But a lot of people ain't fortunate. A lot of people are still stuck in that. You know, I got dudes now that I'm trying to get them off the streets with this music shit. You know, some of them right over there. And people will think initially, how does a gifted go, mix with clappers? Like, how does that work? Glad you asked. EU is the band that they're doing the butt. If you are familiar with go-go in any regard, you are familiar with doing the butt. I wanted to do that, but I actually wanted to keep the relevance, of today's, go-go music. That's why you got that bounce beat. A lot of times I do interviews and they be like, yo, why don't you do go-go? I'm like, when the last time you been to a go-go? Because that's not what go-go sound like no more. That's more vintage. It's still dope, but so I mixed it with the bounce beat that's working now.
Bad girl.
Is it bad that I never met?
Like, yo, we're gonna put on a mixtape. It's gonna be everybody's favorite joints. The label's gonna wanna put a video out behind it, and it's gonna be the biggest song of my career. Just like that. So me and Rihanna, we talked about it for a while, and she was like, I wanna do it. And I was like, yo, you just give me that artist talk. Like, come on, shawty, you don't wanna do it. And she did it, she bodied it. I got Rihanna to rap a little bit, so I'm happy about that.
Get out of my head, get into my bed.
If I could sing, man, this album would be an all me. But because Michael Jackson is my favorite entertainer of all time. You know what I mean? Like, when anybody talks to my parents, they know. Like, I used to be in the kitchen doing the moonwalk and dance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even when I scored touchdowns in high school, I'd do the moonwalk sometimes. Like, I was really into that. And I said, Neo, the album's done, but I don't have no mic on it. I don't have no mic. This album can't be the gifted unless we have mic. And I said, I don't want Motown mic. I don't even want Thriller mic. I want bad era mic.
Five blunts in rotation, five blunts.
I look like I just went like, yo, what rapper smoked the most weeds? Let me do a smoking record. But nah, it kind of came like I let a lot of this shit just fall into place, right? I was in New York and Teddy called me. He was like, yo, come in the studio, I want to play you some joints. That joint just fell and he heard the hook and he was like, this shit hard, like this shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was already gonna put Wiz on there. We actually didn't even know who produced the beat until we had to submit it. I tweeted like, yo, did anybody send me a beat called Take Off? Cause I was gonna put that motherfucker out anyways, I ain't gonna lie, it's so cold.
Forgive me, I'm a rider, still I'm just a simple man.
This is like, you know, my nostalgic hip hop. In a nutshell, it's just about, it's almost like Legendary Part 2 from Ambition. And it's just got that vibe, and it's just like that vintage 90s. I actually wanted to put that record out before I put the album out, but it might have confused niggas a little bit about the direction of the album. It fits where it fits though.
Now we at the top, MJ, 88, 9, never gonna stop. Carolina.
I was in an amazing place when I wrote it because I wrote, you know, I do most of my thinking in the morning with a clear mind, and I was just thinking like, I've accomplished a lot. This is the moment right now. Like, you know, I got Rihanna and Nicki Minaj on my album. I ain't playing no more. Like, I'm really here. Like me, love me, hate me. I'm gonna make most of them people believers with this album. I strongly believe that. So I feel like this is the moment where I'm starting up. The arena's packed. Everybody going like this, and I'm looking like, I'm about to show out. I know I can do this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the feeling of the record.
Yeah, negativity.
We kill all our black heroes off. We kill them. Like we don't. That's why there isn't any. Or Wale, oh, he's too emotional, But it's the same emotional that Pop was. You want somebody to perform an art for you that's not based on emotion? Well, nigga, go outside and draw a circle with a smiley face in the motherfucker. That's what type of rap you want. We poets. Chief Keef, he's telling you what's happening in Chicago. Allow it to happen. But our society, we so caught up in matching up with somebody or sizing that I could do that. Or a nigga in my neighborhood rap. I know 10 niggas who rap. There's not that many like, you know, young white dudes like, oh, Tim McGraw, he's not that great. Because this dude that's in my basement, who he plays the guitar and we so caught up in that. So there is no black heroes.
Is it bad that I never made?
The book is over. That's just like the credits. Like you rolling the credits is bad. You know what I'm saying? Like the credits. Go ahead, TT. Go ahead, sing to them before we leave. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then on the hard copy, I get a little bit. It's like the outtakes of the of the movie or the book.
No, not happening, but at least I can admit that I'll be bad. No, to you.
So shout out to Billboard and the good people over there at Billboard. Hope you guys see a lot more of me.